It is time for Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com. Rebel Sports brought to you in part by the Rich School District, Evanston Regional Hospital, Ready, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Come On In, the Station on Main, Les Schwab Plains Tire, Stacy's Repair, Summit Pizza, Little Springs Water, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Ellingford Brothers, Hometown Drive-In, the Town of Woodruff, T7 Propane, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, McKay Frankham DDS, and the Crawford Trop. Let's go to the Les Schwab Plains Tire broadcast booth and join the voice of the Rebels, Aaron Poling.
Welcome inside the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth as it is time for Summit Pizza Company pregame show as your Rich Rebels will be taking on the Grantsville Cowboys. As I'm Aaron Poling, thank you for joining us live from the Sevier Valley Center. As we come back, we will set the scene for you, brought to you by Little Springs Water on the Summit Pizza pregame show. You're listening to the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at MyLocalRadio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
When pizza is calling your name, order a Summit Pizza. With homemade dough and all fresh ingredients, every pizza is a culinary masterpiece. Owners Thad and Melissa Willis are Rich High School alumni. They continue the Rebel tradition of excellence and service. Feed your taste buds, feel the happiness with a fresh homemade pizza from Summit Pizza. Don't forget the doodles, a Summit Pizza original creation. Summit Pizza, 70 West Logan Road, Garden City.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. In the middle of 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at MyLocalRadio.com as it is time for the Little Springs Water scene set for today's matchup on the Summit Pizza pregame show. As the Rich Rebels will take on the Grantsville Cowboys. Grantsville, a 3A team, coming in with a record of 7-16 overall, 2-6 in their region. Rebels 11-10 overall, 9-0 in region, as Rebels looking to bounce back here in game 2 of the day as they've had a tough schedule. But the good news for the Rebels is that Grantsville is probably by far, I don't want to say by far because that's unfair to Grantsville, but I would say that Grantsville is probably the least talented team that the Rebels have faced so far in the tournament. That doesn't mean the Rebels can take them lightly, though, as they are capable of winning on any given day. As the Rebels looking to bounce back, this is game 4 of the Richfield tournament, if you can believe it already, as the Rebels have almost assuredly clinched a spot in that 3 o'clock game. I also have to correct something that I said earlier in game 1. The team to our left, I called them Panguitch. It was actually Parowan. That's Parowan that was playing over there, playing Richfield on that side. So take with that what you will, but the Rebels will play the Grantsville Cowboys coming up soon. As I'm Aaron Poling, you're listening to 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at MyLocalRadio.com. When we come back, we'll have your standout student of the week, Kason Johnson.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Rich School District has a legendary history of student success in the classroom and in other areas. Over 70% of Rich High students are involved in extracurricular activities. Participation in the classroom, on the field, in the gym, or on the stage helps students reach their potential. Working together with students, the community, and an amazing staff, we have the opportunity to build tomorrow's leaders. Rich School District, focusing on success, one student at a time.
When you need automotive service on your car, truck, semi, or tractor, call Clay and the team at J-Bar Auto in Randolph. J-Bar Auto also offers competitive pricing on tires for all vehicles. Call or stop by J-Bar Auto today.
Here with this week's T7 Propane Standout Student of the Week, that's Kason Johnson. Kason, how you doing today?
Good.
So you're starting your senior year. We're a couple weeks in. What does it feel like to be a senior?
I'm having a blast. It's kind of sad to know that this is my last year. But other than that, I am looking forward to the rest of this season with football.
So let's talk about football. You guys are off to a really good start. Just go ahead and talk about what it's like to be around this team and, why you guys are off to such a good start.
To be around it. When I started, we were kind of in a rough patch. So seeing this team kind of grow and develop has boosted my confidence and the others around me. And this season, I've had a blast, and I've been enjoying the 8-man. It's been a new experience. We kind of did it last year, but we're kind of jumping into this year, and I cannot wait for playoffs.
So let's go ahead and talk about your senior year here in school. Academically, what do you want to do the rest of the way? What are some goals that you've set yourself for the rest of your senior year?
I'm kind of focusing on I think it's the 1,000 hour or something like that welding certificate I'm trying to push for.
Okay, so probably that's at Bridgeland, correct? Go ahead and talk about that certificate you're trying to get, because I think this is something that a lot of people, especially students here that, don't necessarily want to go to school. I think this is a great route for them. Could you go ahead and talk about what it takes and what you've had to go through to try to get the certificate?
It takes a really long amount of time, and there's not just one category. You got to do a whole bunch, and you have a problem is the other requirement classes, such as the history, math, so it kind of bundles you up. You don't have too much to work with.
So let's go ahead and talk about the community a little bit. What does it mean to you to grow up in a community like Rich?
Community like Rich, I would say it's just being around those you love. And
welcome back inside the Les Schwab Plain Stars broadcast, but we had to cut that interview short as they look like they're ready to go. Very abbreviated warm-up period, but both these teams already played. So we'll meet your 2023 Rich Rebels in between the first and second set. As I'm Aaron Poling, thank you for joining us from the Sevier Valley Center as the Rebels will take on the Cowboys, looking to bounce back after a couple of tough losses. And they played some real good competition here. Rebels with an opportunity here to pick up a win over a Cowboys team that is classified 3A, so that would help in the RPI for the Rebels if they're able to take care of business in this matchup. This Grantsville team will get you the starting lineups for the Rebels. Out on the floor, you have number 41, Hannah Scott. Number 7, Ava Ellsworth. 40, Haiti Pugmire. 9, Casey Wilson. 25, Violet Taylor, as it looks like Janie Walentine and Paige Smith are going to switch out. For the Grantsville Cowboys, you have number 4, Eliza Smith. Number 7, Alexis Egbert. Number 11, Brooklyn Barrett. Number 3, Brielle Hammond, who comes off the floor for the Libero. Number 6, Olivia Richardson. Number 14, Renee Rounds, and to round out the starting lineup, number 36, Jen Moore. Rebels will serve first as Hannah Scott has the ball in her hands. Ball is in the air. We are ready to go, and it starts off with a service error as the ball goes too far out of bounds across the back line, as Argyle will check in for Scott. Smith will serve for the Cowboys. Received by Pugmire. Rebels set up Taylor on the left wing. She has to adjust. That goes into the net. Rebels are down 2-0 early on here in set number 2. For the Rebels, the rest of the day, you kind of want to clean it up a little bit. Couple too many errors on the attack, couple of service errors. As Smith finds the Rebels Smith, as they set up Taylor on the left wing. She attacks with the right hand, kept alive, diving effort in the back row by Barrett. An attack from the left wing from Moore finds the Rebels back line as Taylor will attack from the 10-foot line out of bounds across the back line. And the Cowboys are up 3-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. If you're the Rebels, you want to try to force the Cowboys to have to beat you, as so far right now, 3 straight out of bounds against the Rebels have them down 3-0 as the Rebels set up Pugmire on the opposite side with the left hand. Read there by Rounds. As that's going to fall in, Cowboys a little miscommunication. Rebels will get on the board. I'm sure they'll take that. As Pugmire will serve, Wallenstein in, Paige Smith out. Pugmire lets the serve go into the back row. Kept alive by the Cowboys for the moment. They're able to bump it over. Rebels will set up the attack. They go Taylor, left wing with the right hand. That is too far out of bounds across that back line. 4-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Checking in for the Cowboys, number 10, Ava Kelly. She will replace Moore, as well as number 20, Aaliyah Fernandez. She will replace Barrett. Kelly will serve. Received by Argyle. Rebels set up the middle attack from Wallenstein. Tips it over. Read well by Kelly. She'll get the attack. That's going to fall into the net as the Rebels will pick up the point. 4-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard with Wilson to the line to serve. Wilson lets it go with the right hand. Received in the back row by Kelly. An attack from number 20, Fernandez, goes into the net. As that ball came off her hand, a little bit of steam. Have to look out for the senior Aaliyah Fernandez attacking from that left wing side. As Wilson serves, finds Fernandez. That's going to go into the crowd as Casey Wilson picks up the first ace of the contest for the Rebels. As she'll get it back, it's to serve again. We are tied at 4 here in set number 1. Serve over, received by Fernandez. They're going to go to the opposite side for Barrett. Kept alive by the Rebels as Ellsworth's going to get underneath it to play it over. Cowboys look to set up the attack. They go opposite side for Fernandez. Diving effort from Smith keeps it alive as it goes over. Cowboys keep playing it. Whistle blows. Rebels get the point as we'll check out that play from Paige Smith on the Stacey's Repair instant replay. Diving to keep it alive. It pays off in the end as the Rebels collect the point. They go on top 5-4. Wilson with the serve. Ball over, received by Fernandez. They're going to go right back to her. She'll push it over from the 10-foot line. That's deflected in the air. That's going to fall in as Fernandez gets the kill. Tried to push it over, and when she did, Ellsworth got her fingertips to it, deflected it sideways. As Richardson will serve. Serve over, received by Argyle. Rebels set up the attack to Taylor on the left wing. She pushes it over. In the back row, that's Kelly. Fernandez attacks from the left wing. She finds Smith in the back row. Rebels can't keep it alive. As according to the in-house scoreboard, we are now tied at 5-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Richardson will serve again. That serve goes into the net. Rebels go back on top, 6-5. As Scott's going to check in for Argyle. Taylor will serve. And they do update the scoreboard. It is 6-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Taylor serves. Ball over. Received by Richardson. They go to Rounds on the near side. She attacks. That goes into the net. As Renee Rounds got the opportunity, unable to capitalize. Rebels with the point. Taylor with the serve. Ball over. Received in the back row by Kelly. They set up middle of the floor for Hammond. That's blocked. Kept alive, though, by the Cowboys as they play it over. Hannah Scott digs it out in the front row. She'll get the attack from the left wing. Deflected and down to the ground. Hannah Scott has her first kill of the contest. The first kill of the contest for the Rebels as well. 8-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Taylor serves. Dug out by Fernandez. They go right back to her on the left wing. Diving up from Taylor, keeps it alive. Unfortunately, Rebels unable to get there as Fernandez picks up the kill. You have to look out for Fernandez. She has 1.2 kills per set. The team leader is Rounds with 1.6. No one over 2 kills per set as Barrett serves. Taylor receives as Wilson bumps it over. Cowboys look to set up the attack. As they go middle of the floor, that's Hammond. Her attack read well by Smith. Rebels trying to keep it alive. It goes over. An attack from Fernandez on the left wing. Too far out of bounds across the back line. 9-7 on the station on main scoreboard as Pugmire will check in for Wallentine. The Rebels Smith will serve. Right-handed jump serve finds Richardson in the back row. Played to the back row again for Rounds, who has to bump it over. Rebels look to set up the attack. They go to Scott, left wing. She attacks right hand off the arms of Richardson, out of bounds as Hannah Scott picks up another kill, her second of the day. 10-7 on the station on main scoreboard. Rebels up by 3 as that ball went off the arm of Richardson. It took a long route to the corner. Good hustle by the flag judge to get the ball. Smith will serve. Right-handed jump serve. That's going to go too far out of bounds across that back line. 10-8 on the station on main scoreboard. Fernandez will check out. Barrett will check in. Kelly will check out. And Moore will check in on the Cowboy side. Serve coming from Brooklyn Barrett. Received by Scott as she'll have bumped that over. A little miscommunication on where the set was going. Good hustle by Hannah to keep it alive. An attack played at the middle of the net. Rebels will push it over with Wilson. Good effort by Barrett to keep it alive. Attack from the back row by Barrett is read well by the Rebels. Hannah Scott will attack from the left wing. Deflected high in the air, kept alive by Moore. They're going to go right back to her on the left wing. She attacks Smith with the dig on the right sideline. They go Ellsworth, 10-foot line attack. That's popped into the air by Richardson. Moore will attack again, this time out of bounds across that back line. 11-8 on the station on main scoreboard. So that's a pretty good defense there from the Rebels to keep the ball alive as Ellsworth will serve. Serve over, received in the back row by Rounds. They set up the attack on the near side, read well by the Rebels. Scott will attack from the left wing. That's deflected down to the hardwood. As it wouldn't have mattered, it stayed inbounds. Hannah Scott has 3 kills in the contest already. As Ellsworth will serve again. 12-8 on the station on main scoreboard. Ellsworth lets it go. Received by Rounds. They set up an attack for Moore on the left wing. Taylor is there to read that in the middle of the back row. They go middle of the floor for Wallentine. Make that Pugmire. She pushes over to the left hand, read well. An attack from Hammond, kept alive by Smith as Taylor will attack from the back row. That goes into the net. 12-9 on the station on main scoreboard. As we'll get a substitution. Number 7, Egbert in for the libero, Richardson for the Cowboys. As Hammond will serve. That serve over, received by Taylor. Rebels set up the attack to Scott on the left wing. She attacks the right hand, too far out of bounds across that back line. 12-10 on the station on main scoreboard. As you can kind of see the difference in the two games, the Cowboys not exactly as tall at the net as the Wolves were earlier in the day, as they had about 3 players standing 6 foot or taller with about a 7-foot wingspan. A little bit of a delay as Hammond's getting ready to serve. Lets it go, right hand, received by Taylor. Rebels set up the attack, middle of the floor to Pugmire. That's punched high in the air by the Cowboys, unable to keep it alive. They got to it a second time, so no kill for Haiti Pugmire, but I'm sure the Rebels will take the point as Richardson checks in for Hammond. I take that back, that's Allred. Avery Allred is the libero, as that's an 8 instead of a 6. Richardson's on the front line. 13-11 on the station on main scoreboard. As Eliza Smith will serve. Cowboy Smith serves over, received by Pugmire. Rebels set up the attack. Taylor on the left wing, punches it with that left hand, popped high in the air. Smith gets underneath it for the Cowboys as Barrett attacks. That finds Smith on the Rebels side. They have the ball. They go to Pugmire. That attack hard off the hands of Barrett. Here comes an attack from number 30, Moore. Rebels will set up Taylor on the left wing. That is too far out of bounds across that back line. 13-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard as the Rebels hitting woes continue a little bit here in the first set. As a lot of the points the Cowboys do have been self-inflicted wounds by the Rebels, as Smith for the Cowboys serves, received by Pugmire, as that goes into the net. 13-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels are tied with the Cowboys as Eliza Smith will serve for the Cowboys. Couple of dribbles. Approaches it with that right hand, lets it go. Pugmire with the dig. Rebels set up Taylor on the left wing. She attacks with the left hand. That is down to the floor as Violet Taylor picks up her first kill. That time she used her body to act like she was going to the far sideline. Defense shifted. She swats at it with the left hand. It falls in as Wallentine will check in for Smith. Pugmire serves. Ball over, received by Allred. Played high in the air for Moore, who pops it over to Pugmire. Rebels set up Taylor on the left wing. That's deflected high in the air, kept alive as Allred plays it back to the middle, where Smith for the Cowboys plays it to the Rebels side. Ellsworth digs it out as they go Wallentine, pushed high in the air by Smith for the Cowboys. She'll attack as that finds Argyle on the Rebels side. They go to Taylor, left wing. She attacks. That's off the arms. That's a great dig there by number 11, Brooklyn Barrett. Unfortunately, her teammates couldn't get there. Barrett with a diving effort to keep it alive as she lunged back left. Her teammates couldn't get there to help her out. Heck of an effort, though, as I like what Rounds did right there. Went over, tapped her teammate, said, nice job. That's on us. As they go right back to Barrett, she plays it over on the attack. That's going to fall in as that was Rounds with the attack. Rebels unable to play it. 15-14 on the Station on Main scoreboard. That sends Ava Kelly to the line after she checks in. Fernandez checks in as well. Kelly serve over. Received by Argyle. That goes awry. That's going to be an ace for Kelly. We're tied at 15. Quick race to 10 here in set number 1. Speaking of 10, Ava Kelly, number 10 for the Cowboys, will serve again. Serve over. Received by Ellsworth. Good job there. She was kind of screened by Argyle as Taylor will attack. We get a whistle. They're going to call 4 hits. That was tapped down by the Cowboys. The floor judge is going to go talk to the stand judge because that's they called 4 hits and they're going to redo that because what else are the Rebels supposed to do? Just let the ball fall to the ground? Like, it's a good job by the floor judge and the stand judge to communicate there as Kelly will serve again. Serve over, received by Argyle. Rebels set up Taylor. She attacks right hand. That is off the deflection. Down to the floor as the Rebels pick up the point. 16-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Violet now has 2 kills here in set number 1. Wilson will serve. It's over. Received by Allred. They go to Fernandez on the left wing. She attacks as Smith dives to keep it alive. Ellsworth plays it over. Tapped over to the side as that's killed by Alexis Egbert. Her first of the contest. 16-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard. It's pretty back and forth affair here. Allred to the line to serve. Allred serve received by Taylor. Wilson goes to Wallentine, middle of the floor. She attacks it into the net. 17-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard as hitting errors continue to plague the Rebels. Sometimes when you have those errors, though, it allows a team like the Cowboys, where they've finished off a few plays themselves now, but it allows them to get into their game and get into rhythm. Received by Argyle. Taylor will attack from the left wing. It's played over to the Cowboys. They're going to go Fernandez on the left wing. She attacks. That's too far out of bounds across the back line. 17-17 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Scott's going to check in for Argyle as Taylor will serve. Here in set number 1, game number 2 of the day. Taylor plays it over, received by Fernandez as they go opposite side to Rounds. That's off of Taylor. Smith goes running over, tries to keep it alive. That goes into the bleachers. Good hustle there from Paige Smith. 18-17 on the station on main scoreboard. As Rounds will serve. Serve over, received by Taylor. Kept alive as Wilson's going to bump it over. Cowboys look to set up the offense. As they do, middle of the floor. That's Hammond. She attacks. That finds Wilson. Rebels set up their offense. Scott on the left wing. That's blocked down to the hardwood on the other side of the net. Out of bounds. Rebels pick up the point. 18-18, and Hannah Scott picks up her 4th kill of the contest. As that'll send Smith to the line to serve. Pugmire in for Wallentine. Smith lets the serve go. Received by Allred. We go back to Allred as she'll push it over to Taylor. In the middle of the back row. Rebels set up Scott on the left wing. She attacks with the right hand. That finds the arms of Allred. Actually, we're going to get an into the net call against the Cowboys, I believe. Yes, it is against the Cowboys. Rebels pick up the point. 19-18 on the station on main scoreboard. Sometimes it's hard to hear when the whistle, if it's for your game or if it's for another game. As Smith will serve. Allred will dig. Libero on Libero crime. As Fernandez attacks, that's blocked down to the net. They're going to call into the net against the Rebels. As is 19-19 on the station on main scoreboard. Barrett back into the game. She will serve for the Cowboys. Couple of dribbles. Right-handed jump serve received by Taylor. Rebels set up Scott on the left wing. She attacks. That's too far out of bounds across that back line. 2019 on the station on main scoreboard. Barrett to serve again. That ball's over, received by Taylor. Wilson plays it to Scott. He's going to bump it over. Cowboys on the attack. As they go middle of the floor to Hammond. She's unable to play it over the net. It's going to fall in. Point will go to the Rebels. 20-20 on the station on main scoreboard as Ellsworth will serve. Serve over, received in the back row by Rounds. Goes to the Rebel side. Pugmire tries to bury that one. Instead finds the arms of Hammond. Cowboys have to play it to Taylor in the middle of the back row. Rebels will set up Scott on the left wing. She pushes it down the sideline. That falls in. Hannah Scott with kill number 5 here in set 1. 21-20 on the station on main scoreboard. This has been a very tight affair here in the first set. Largest lead of the set going to the Rebels for 3 points. Ellsworth with the serve. That goes into the net as a service error. Ties this game at 21. Sends Hammond to the line. Hammond will serve for the Cowboys. 21-21. Her serve over, received by Smith. Rebels go middle of the floor to Pugmire. She attacks, finds the back corner, as that was a crafty attack right there from the lefty Haiti Pugmire. Picks up her first kill of the game. That'll send Hannah Scott to the line to serve. Right-handed jump serve over. Received by Allred, back to the Rebel side. Diving effort by Scott. That's going to fall over the net on the opposite side of the floor. As it goes out of bounds, it will be point to the Cowboys. Tough break for the Rebels there as Scott checks out. Argyle checks in. Smith for the Cowboys checks back into the game as well. Will serve. Smith serve finds Smith for the Rebels as they'll bump it to Taylor. She'll play it over the net. Allred. Cowboys looking to set up the attack. They do to Moore as it's kept alive by Paige Smith. Diving up from Argyle keeps it alive. That hits the antenna as it falls in for a Cowboys point, 23-22. Rebels are going to take a timeout as you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KADQ. As Rebels trail 23-21 here in the first set, looking to come back. Serve from Smith, received by Taylor. As they go back to Taylor, she'll have to bump it over. As the attack from Fernandez goes into the net, and we are tied at 23-23. First team to score 2 consecutive points will win the set, as Pugmire will step to the line to serve. Her serve over, received by Rounds. They're going to go back 2 rounds as she attacks. That's deflected high in the air. Ellsworth gets underneath it. Rebels go to Taylor. She'll bump it over. Aura, diving effort, keeps it alive. Back to Moore on the left-hand side. Ellsworth with the dig. Rebels back to the middle where Wallentine will bump it over. Good reaction there from Janie. That looked like it was going to fall in. Dump set attempt from Smith on the Cowboys side. Hits the net, falls in. Rebels pick up the point. They now have set point in their hands, 24-23, but not before we get a timeout called by Grantsville. As you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our Rich Rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com. As Pugmire serve over the net, that is going to fall in for an ace as Haiti Pugmire picks up the ace. The Rebels pick up the win in the set. As you are watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
The best trips away from home always come.
Ready.
The best trips away from home always come when you know you're among friends. This is Coulter Patterson, General Manager at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. I invite you to stay with us every time you're here. We've got the absolute best staff. Lots of our team members have been working together for years, and we feel like we're a happy family. I guarantee you'll feel that when you come stay with us. We're always glad that you choose the Come On In, and we'll do everything to make your stay comfortable and relaxing. The Come On In Hotel and Suites is the best place to stay because we have the best staff in Casper. Come on in today.
Back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com as we head to set 2. Rebels win set number 1, 25-23. That's a big win for the Rebels. As we're updating the station on main scoreboard real quick. That way the scoreboard reflects what it's supposed to reflect as. The Grantsville Cowboys record was wrong, so we wanted to fix that, as it looks like it is fixed. Rebels hit the floor. We'll meet your 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team. Having a tough day. We'll meet them after set number 2, excuse me. Cowboys will serve first, as it looks like it'll be their Smith. 6 on the floor for the Rebels. Taylor, Wilson, Smith, Pugmire, Ellsworth, and Argyle. as Eliza Smith for the Cowboys has the ball in her hand. Serve over, received by Rebels. Smith as an attack at the front of the net, deflected by Wilson. Rebels unable to get there as that falls in on their side. They trail 1-0 here in set number 2. As Smith will go back to the line to serve. Serve over, received by Smith. Page type. Rebels go to Taylor on the left wing. She attacks, kept in the air by Rounds. They go to Moore on the left wing. Her attack goes into the net. Rebels pick up the point, 1-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As they lead 1-0. Pugmire will serve, ball over, received by Rounds. As it'll fall in on the Cowboys side. I think there's a little miscommunication there. Rebels will pick up the point. 2-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Pugmire will serve again. Serve over, received by Barrett. They set up more. That's deflected as Taylor's able to keep it alive. Pugmire will play it over as Taylor was getting back into position. Allred for the Cowboys will attack. That's too far out of bounds across that back line. In that back right corner, Rebels go up 3-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Pugmire will serve again. Serve over, received by Rounds. Smith will set up number 11. That's actually Barrett. She'll attack, get the kill off of one of the Rebels into the stands. 3-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Kelly will check in, as well as Fernandez. Barrett and Richardson out as that serve goes awry. It'll go to the Rebels. 4-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Casey Wilson will serve. Played over, received by Fernandez as she lunges to her right. Back to the opposite side for Rounds. Her attack as that was deflected downwards, kept alive by the Rebels. What a job by Argyle to get it high enough for Taylor to play it over. Rounds will attack again. That's deflected as she pushes back over with her left hand. Rebels will get the ball. Taylor, she attacks off the arms of Allred into the stands, into the court next to the Rebels as Violet Taylor picks up the kill. That's her third of the contest. Rebels will serve again with Wilson. Serve over. Fernandez gets low to receive it. They go to Rounds on the opposite side. She pushes it over to Smith. Rebels on the attack. Taylor will bump it over from the 10-foot line. Cowboys looking to set up their attack. They do. Middle of the floor. That's Egbert. She attacks as that is too far out of bounds across that back line. 6-2 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard as Wilson will serve again. Serve over. Received in the back row by Kelly. Set up Fernandez on the left wing. She attacks. That finds Smith middle of the back row. Rebels will set up their attack as Ellsworth will bump it over. Cowboys have the ball. They go to Rounds on the right side of the floor. She buries that one just over the head of Cass Argyle, but it lands inbounds on that left wing sideline, by that left wing sideline as that'll send Avery Allred to the line to serve. Rebels up 6-3 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Allred approaches with the right hand. That's over. Received by Argyle. Rebels go to Taylor on the left wing. She attacks and finds the hardwood as we'll check that out on the Stacey's Repair instant replay as Violet Taylor finds the space in between the back left and back middle defender. Picks up her fourth kill of the contest. We return to our live cam. After the kill, Violet Taylor will serve. Serve over. Received by Fernandez. They go right back to her. She'll attack from the left wing. That's off of Ellsworth, and Wilson is unable to get there. Good effort there from Casey. That ball's going to fall down to the floor out of bounds on the Rebel side off the deflection. Point goes to the Cowboys as Rounds will serve. She attacks, right-handed jump serve. Received by Scott. That's going to be, I think Casey Wilson got her hands to it, so it's technically not an ace, but the ball went under the net as it will be Cowboys point 7-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Rounds serves again. Received by Taylor as Ellsworth tried to poke that over. Goes awry. It will be another serve for the Cowboys. So again, it's Rounds. She'll attack. received by Taylor. Rebels set up Scott on the left wing, attacks to the right hand. That falls in for the Rebels off the deflection at the front of the net. It's going to land out of bounds across that left wing sideline, but it was touched. Gives 6 kills to Hannah Scott in this contest. 8-6 Rebels here in set number 2 as Smith will serve. Smith for the Rebels serves it over. Received by Rounds. They go to Fernandez on the left wing. She attacks, deflected to the ground by Haiti Pugmire as she got her hands in the way. That's Haiti's second kill of the contest. As Smith back to the line to serve. 9-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Smith with the jump serve. Ball over. Allred diving effort as that's going to fall in. Paige Smith with the ace. Puts the Rebels on top by 4. Second ace of the contest for the Rebels. Wilson has one as well. Smith back to the line to serve. Approaches, right hand jump serve. That's dug out by Rounds as they're going to go right back to her. She'll attack from the back row. Smith with the dig. Rebels set up their attack. Ellsworth from the opposite side as that's deflected high in the air. Cowboys on the attack with Hammond. That's going to fall in on that right sideline. 10-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Into the game for the Cowboys, Brooklyn Barrett will go to serve. Also into the game, Jen Moore replaces Fernandez. Serve over. That's going to fall in for an ace as it goes in between Taylor and Scott. 10-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Barrett will serve again. Serve over, received by Scott. Rebels go middle of the floor to Pugmire. She pushes it over. Good read there by the Cowboys. Ellsworth bumps it high as Pugmire attacks again. Cowboys have the ball as they set up Moore on the left wing side. She finds Taylor middle of the back row. Rebels go to Scott. She'll attack. 2 hands down that left sideline. Finds the hardwood. With precision there, Hannah Scott picks up her 7th kill of the contest. Having herself quite the match. 11-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Ava Ellsworth goes to the service line. Serve over, received by Rounds as they go to Hammond on the outside. Dug out by Smith. Rebels go to Scott as she pushes it over. Moore with the dig. They're going to go right back to Moore on the left wing side as she attacks too far out of bounds across that back line. 12-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard as the Rebels up 4. With Ellsworth to serve. In fact, this 12-8 lead for the Rebels has been their largest lead so far of the game. Cowboys' largest lead being 1 as Ellsworth serves. That hits the tape, falls in for the ace. As I'm fairly certain that's where Ava was aiming it. Doesn't matter, she picks up the ace. 3rd ace of the game for the Rebels. 13-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard as she'll serve again. Ellsworth serve, dug out by Allred. As they set up on the outside, that's deflected high in the air as that was Richardson's on the attack. Cowboys flip it back over to the Rebel side, dug out by Ellsworth. They go to Scott, that finds its way through the arms of the defenders, off the top of the net, through their arms, on down to the floor on the Grantsville side. That's 8 kills already for Hannah Scott here in set number 2, 14-8. Well, they have it 13-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard in-house. Ellsworth with the serve. Allred with the dig. They try to set up Hammond on the opposite side. That finds the arms of Ellsworth in the corner as Wilson gets to it, saves it. Good job there by Casey to keep it alive. Rebels play it over. Cowboys on the attack. Dump set. Smith with a diving effort. Unfortunately, that's going to go out of bounds. 13-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Hammond will serve. She'll attack with the right hand as that's received by Smith. Rebels go to Scott on the left wing. She attacks. That's too far out of bounds across that back line. 13-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Oh no, I take that back. I was wrong as I was deflected at the net. 14-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Kill number 9 for Hannah Scott. As she'll serve. Ball over. Received by Allred. A pushover from Elton into the game as the Rebels go to Pugmire. She attacks left hand, finds the hardwood. Haiti Pugmire with another kill. Give her 3 in the contest. As it's 15-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Scott with the serve. That's over. Received by Allred. They go middle of the floor to Egbert. She finds the hardwood in front of a diving Ava Ellsworth. 15-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Egbert picks up her second kill of the contest. Argyle's going to check in for Scott as Smith will serve for the Cowboys. Serve over, received by Taylor. Rebels set Taylor up on the left wing. She attacks off the net and down to the floor. 16-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Violet Taylor picks up the kill. Her fifth. As Smith out, Wallenstein in. Pugmire to serve. Her serve is going to find the back right corner as that's an ace for Haiti Pugmire. So it's 17-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As we'll give Haiti her second ace of the game, fifth of the contest for the Rebels. It's actually 18-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard as that point that was awarded to the Rebels was never put on the scoreboard a couple of rallies ago. Rebels up by 8. They set up on the outside for Rounds. That's blocked in the net by Wallenstein, but it's going to fall in after a couple of Cowboys tried to keep it alive. 19-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard, and we are going to get a timeout called by the Cowboys as you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
The Hometown Drive-In has been helping families celebrate and create happy memories at beautiful Bear Lake for generations. With amazing burgers, fries, and other Hometown Drive-In favorites, the food is always delicious and everyone in the family will find something they love. Whenever you're at Bear Lake, make sure you stop. Beautiful blue water and Bear Lake raspberry shakes have been making people smile for generations. Put a smile on your face at the Hometown Drive-In, Bear Lake.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plain Stars broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ. Rebels on top, 19-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in set number 2. As the coach, Jennifer Nordgren from Grantsville, getting a explanation from the ground official. She apparently seems satisfied with the explanation. Instead, Pugmire will serve. 19-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. That serve over. Received by Rounds. They go right back to her on the left wing. She attacks from the 10-foot line. That's too far out of bounds across that back line as the Rebels are on top. 20-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Pugmire will serve. Ball over. Too far to the right, though, as it goes out of bounds. 20-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As we talked about cleaning up service errors in that first set, that is the first service error for the Rebels here in set number 2. As Kelly will serve for the Cowboys. Serve over, received by Taylor. Rebels with a dump set from Wilson. Nicely read by Allred. Round sets up on the opposite side. Finds the hardwood down the left sideline. 20-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Kelly back to the line to serve. Couple low dribbles. Spins it in her left hand. She'll attack it from about 10 feet behind the line. That's going to fall in for an ace as Argyle tried to get out of the way. That falls in right in front of the line. Not much Ava Ellsworth can do there. If you're a fan of hockey, you understand a goalie screen and how you can't see anything. I don't think Ellsworth can see that ball until it's past Cassie. Serve from Kelly, over, received by Argyle. Rebels go to Taylor. She pushes it over from the 10-foot line. That finds Kelly in the back row. Round sets up the attack. Smith with the dig. Rebels set up the attack. Taylor on the left wing pushes it over. That's blocked back to the Rebels side as Wilson taps it down to the floor as Casey Wilson picks up a kill. The Rich setter with the rare kill will go to the line to serve as well. As that's a crafty little quick dump set there from Casey. Serve over, off the arms of Fernandez, kept alive by Kelly as Rounds will have to bump it over. She's able to do so as Rebels play it to the middle of the floor for Wallenstein. She taps it over. Fernandez with the dig. They set up Rounds. She attacks from the right wing. Smith with a nice dig in the back row. Ellsworth from the opposite side attacks, diving effort to keep it alive as Fernandez plays it back to the middle where Allred bumps it over. Rebels on the attack. They set up Taylor on the left wing. She taps it high in the air. Diving effort there from Smith on the Cowboys side to keep it alive. Instead, Taylor blocks it back down to the Cowboys side. Rebels pick up the point, 22-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Wilson will serve. Heck of an effort there by the Cowboys to keep it alive for that long. Wilson serve, dug out by Kelly in the back row. Allred pushes it over. Smith with the dig. Rebels set up Taylor, left wing, right hand. That's blocked back in her face, out of bounds as Violet Taylor picks up the kill. That's number 6 in the contest. 23-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard. That's a good job there by Cassie Argyle not to touch that ball as she let it fall to the floor. It was just inches out of bounds. Rebels pick up the point. Serve over, received by the Cowboys. Falling away, Ellsworth keeps it alive. Rebels played over with Wallentine. Cowboys set up the attack again. Dump set, nicely read by Wilson. Wallentine and Ellsworth were trying to battle for that one at the top of the net. That falls in as the Cowboys tip it back over. But let's check out that play by Ellsworth on the Stacey Repair instant replay. She had to fall back to keep it alive. Kept it alive for the moment as the Rebels were able to try to fight for the point. 23-14 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Allred will serve. Serve over, received by Argyle. Rebels set up Taylor, left wing, right hand. That's deflected out of bounds as Violet Taylor picks up the kill. That ball hit the hand of the front blocker. That's actually point 24. I thought they were giving the official signal to switch sides. Instead, that was the substitution signal as that ball hit the hands, went out of bounds into the Cowboys bench. As Taylor's serve will go too far out of bounds, 24-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels are going to have to do it on the return if they want to win this set. On the Cowboys side, Richardson in, Smith out. As Rounds will serve. Serve hits the net, falls in. That's an ace for the Cowboys. Not much you can do there as that ball hit the net, rolled over just enough to die on the Red Wings. Can you tell the NHL season's around the corners? The Rebels side, 24-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Rounds will serve again. Ball over, received by Taylor. As Scott will bump it over for the Rebels down that left sideline as Rounds pushes it over. Fernandez pushes it over. Rebels with the dig. They set up Scott left wing. She attacks. That is out of bounds, looking for the deflection. In fact, the Rebels get the deflection as we'll check that out on the Stacey's Repair instant replay. As you can kind of see the ball change directions a little bit. I think the flag judge was also trying to help out on the other side, but that is it here in set number 2 as the Rebels win 25-16 as you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com. When we come back, we'll meet the 2023 Rich Rebels, brought to you by Little Springs Water.
Rich School District has a legendary history of student success in the classroom and in other areas. Over 70% of Rich High students are involved in extracurricular activities. Participation in the classroom, on the field, in the gym, or on the stage helps students reach their potential. Working together with students, the community, and an amazing staff, we have the opportunity to build tomorrow's leaders. Rich School District, focusing on success, one student at a time.
The Hometown Drive-In has been helping families celebrate and create happy memories at beautiful Bear Lake for generations. With amazing burgers, fries, and other Hometown Drive-In favorites, the food is always delicious and everyone in the family will find something they love. Whenever you're at Bear Lake, make sure you stop. Beautiful blue water and Bear Lake raspberry shakes have been making people smile for generations. Put a smile on your face at the Hometown Drive-In, Bear Lake.
Hi, I'm Casey Wilson. I am going to be a senior this year, and I will be playing varsity setter.
Hi, my name is Naya Jolly. I'm going to be varsity opposite, which is right side, and I'll be a senior.
I'm Janie Valentine. I'm going to be a senior, and I will be a middle blocker on varsity.
My name is Hannah Scott. I'm going to be a senior, and I am playing varsity outside hitter.
Good, it's your girl Violet Taylor, a.k.a. V-Swizzle, and this year I'll be playing varsity outside. My name is Ava Ellsworth. I play all around right side, and I'm a senior.
Hey, I'm Haiti Pugmire. I'm going to be a senior, and I'm playing middle blocker on varsity.
Hey, I'm Brinley Hatch. I'm going to be a junior this year, and I play middle blocker.
Hi, I'm Cassie Argyle. I'm going to be a junior this year, and I play outside hitter.
Hi, my name is Leah Peterson, and I'm going to be a sophomore, and I'm playing outside hitter.
Bella Wheeler. I'm a sophomore. I'm probably going to play opposite.
Paige Smith, sophomore, outside hitter.
We have to cut the intro a little bit short because we're ready to go. Rebels have the ball. They attack with Taylor. That hits the defender and goes out of bounds. 8 kills now for Violet Taylor as she gets the Rebels on top 1-0 here in set number 3 as we fix the station on main scoreboard. Rebels are up 2-0. Serve over by Scott. Received by the Cowboys. That's blocked back, or they're going to call that into the net as that'll be the 4th hit. Casey Wilson did a good job putting her hands in the air, trying to let the officials know, I didn't touch it, I didn't touch it, I didn't touch it. In fact, the official sees it. Rebels are on top 2-0 as Allred receives the Scott serve. Set up middle of the floor for Egbert. Her attack dug out by the Rebels. A miscommunication between Ellsworth and Wilson as they both try to get that ball. They bump into each other. It falls in 2-1 on the station on main scoreboard as Argyle checks in for Scott. Smith for the Cowboys will serve. As that serve is received by Pugmire under the net. So give an ace to Eliza Smith. We're tied 2-2 on the station on main scoreboard. Just a reminder that the Rebels have one more game coming up. As after the conclusion of the next round of games, there will be an RPI check, and they will match teams up by RPI. Receive served by Smith. Rebels on the attack. That's off the front line, out of bounds. Give Violet Taylor another kill, as she now has 9 on this in the match. Smith out, Pugmire in as Smith out, Wallenstein in as Pugmire serves. Received by Allred. They set up on the inside. Elton received by the Rebels as Taylor attacks from the left wing. Allred with the dig. They go to Elton on the left wing side, moving her around as Taylor will bump it over. Rebels a little out of system there, but living to fight another play as they go to Rounds on the right wing side. That hits the antenna as the Rebels go on top 4-2 on the station on main scoreboard. It's a good job, though, by the Rebels, just getting the ball back, keeping it in play, and allowing themselves to live to fight another play as Pugmire will serve. Ball over. That's off the arms of Rounds. High in the air for Elton. Kept alive by Argyle with the dig. Rebels set up Taylor left wing. That's punched high in the air by Smith on the Cowboy side. Elton, she'll attack to Argyle as the Rebels go to Taylor. She attacks off the left wing. A little self-defense there from Eliza Smith as Taylor about crunched her, as we'll try to check that out on the Stacey's Repair instant replay, see if we caught it in time. In fact, we did not. We apologize for that. 5-2 on the station on main scoreboard as Pugmire will serve. Ball over. Received in the back row by Barrett. They set up Rounds on the left wing side. That's deflected. Wallenstein gets the block as Barrett was standing there. It bounces off her arm, goes out of bounds as I think the Rebels catch a little bit of a break there as that ball looked like it was going to land out of bounds if Barrett doesn't touch it. But the Rebels will take the point, 6-2 on the station on main scoreboard. It's over. Received by Rounds. They go right back to her on the left wing. She attacks just a bit too far across that back line. 7-2 on the station on main scoreboard as Pugmire will serve. Ball over, received by Barrett. They go middle of the floor for Egbert. Diving effort to keep it alive by the Rebels. Pushed back over to Allred. She sets up Smith. Smith pushes it over. Received by Pugmire. Wallenstein with the attack middle of the floor. Nicely done by the Cowboys to keep it alive as that's Elton who tries an attack. She finds the arms of Ellsworth as Taylor will attack. She finds the hardwood off the deflection as we'll check that out on the Stacey's Repair instant replay. Great job by the Rebels to keep that ball alive as Violet Taylor, don't look now, has 10 kills in the contest. Back to the live cam as Pugmire served, received by the Cowboys. Good attack there from Egbert's going to find the hardwood as she is fading away. Don't know if she quite got all of that one, but sometimes when you throw the changeup when the other team's expecting the fastball, you'll be amazed how often that'll fall in as Kelly will serve for the Cowboys. A little baseball analogy with the start of the the divisional series starting today as Taylor will attack from the left wing. Nicely read there by Fernandez as the ball attack from Rounds into the net stays on the Cowboys side. 9-3 on the station on main scoreboard. Casey Wilson will serve. Couple dribbles. So we have a substitution on the Cowboys side. Serve over. That's off the arms of Allred, out of bounds. That's an ace. The substitution for the Cowboys is sophomore 24 Courtney Meekum. Rebels on top 10-3 as Wilson picks up her second ace of the contest. They set up middle of the floor to Egbert, received by Smith. Wallenstein attacks, that finds Meekum. She plays it over. Cowboys pick up the point on the attack from Egbert. 10-4 on the station on main scoreboard. Checking in for the Cowboys is number 3, Brielle Hammond. Allred to serve. 10-4 on the station on main scoreboard. As Allred attacks, ball over. As that's off the arms of Argyle into the Carbon huddle on the floor directly to the left of floor number 3. Point will go to the Cowboys as Allred will serve again. Allred approaches with the right hand. Serve over, received by Argyle. Rebels set up Taylor on the left wing. She attacks, that is deflected out of bounds as Taylor picks up another kill. 11-5 on the station on main scoreboard. That's number 11 for Violet. As Scott checks back into the game, she will replace Argyle. Taylor will serve. Ball over, received by Allred. They go to Fernandez on the left wing. She attacks, that's blocked back to the Cowboys side by Ellsworth as Fernandez will have to bump it over. Wilson with the dig as they set up Scott left wing. She attacks, that finds the back row player in Kelly. Middle of the floor for Hammond as she hits one over the head of Wilson, but a lunging Taylor keeps it alive as Ellsworth bumps it over. Cowboys on the attack. Set up Fernandez, 10-foot line left wing. Kept flipped in the air by Ellsworth as they go to Wallenstein, middle of the floor. Nice read there by Smith on the Cowboys side. Fernandez will attack from the left wing. Pushes it down that left sideline, and Fernandez kills the play right there. 11-6 on the station on main scoreboard. Quite the rally between the two teams as Smith will check out for the Cowboys. She is replaced by Richardson. As Meekum to the line to serve. Lets it go with the left hand. Received by Taylor. Rebels set up Scott on the left wing. She attacks and that finds the back line. As we'll check that out on the station repair. Instant replay. Hannah Scott picks up another kill. That is her 10th, of the contest. Couple of Rebels in double-figure kills as they lead 12-6 on the station on main scoreboard here in set number 3. Smith will serve. Ball over, received by Allred. As a couple of Cowboys try to keep it alive, they're unable to do so. Wouldn't call it an ace, possibly a bravo. Doesn't matter. Rebels pick up the point, 13-6 on the station on main scoreboard. Serve over from Smith, received by Allred. As they go middle of the floor to Hammond, she buries that one in the back corner. It's a good attack there from Brielle Hammond. She plays that one middle of the floor to the right corner as that ball goes into the area where they are warming up over on the fourth court. Of course, court number 3 is a little behind as the game before us, the Panguitch Bobcats and the North Summit Braves, it went to 5 as that serve from Barrett into the net, 14-7 on the station on main scoreboard. Court number 1 between San Juan and Richfield, they're falling a little behind 2. The Rebels can do the tournament director a huge favor if they're able to sweep here, get some games back on track. They set up Hammond on the opposite side. She attacks. That goes into the netting on the far side, out of bounds across that right sideline. 15-7 on the station on main scoreboard. Ellsworth will serve. Ball over. Received by Rounds. That's into the net. Good job. I was going to say good job by the Cowboys to play it out from underneath. Instead, they crossed the line. The invisible line underneath the net called by the floor judge. 16-7 on the station on main scoreboard as Ellsworth will serve. Ball over. Received by Rounds. They set up Elton on the right sideline. That's going to go on the wrong side of the antenna. Rebels pick up the point. 17-7 on the station on main scoreboard. Speaking of sevens, Ava Ellsworth will serve for the Rebels. She'll attack, ball over. Received in the back row by Rounds. As Rounds will attack from the back line. Pugmire nearly got her fingertips to it. Instead, they set up Scott left wing. She attacks. That goes into the net. Rebels wanted a deflection, but I think that ball did go into the net. 17-8 on the station on main scoreboard. I mean, we have instant replay. It'd probably been a good time to use it. But I thought I saw the net move. As Hammond will serve. That goes into the net. 18-8 on the station on main scoreboard. Well, if that ball was deflected by the Cowboys, the World did a good job of making sure the Rebels got the point back. As Scott will serve, ball over. Received in the back row by Barrett. Played to Smith. Rebels will attack with Pugmire. Two-hand push. Nice effort there by Barrett to keep it alive. Cowboys have to bump it over. Ellsworth digs it out. Rebels set up middle of the floor for Pugmire. She attacks, finds Barrett, who keeps it alive. Rounds will attack from the back row. Smith unable to get her arm, or gets her arms to it, unable to keep it in play, as that's a back row kill there for Rounds. 18-9 on the station on main scoreboard. As Scott will check out, Argyle will check in. Smith will serve for the Cowboys as she checks in. Not entirely sure where that ball went. As we do get a ball back, Eliza Smith ready to go. 18-9 on the station on main scoreboard. Her serve over, received by Pugmire. Rebels set up Taylor on the left wing. She attacks, that finds the arms of Smith as she was standing on that left wing sideline. Cowboys are out of system. They have to bump it over. Rebels set up the attack. Taylor again with the right hand that's deflected down to the ground. As another point, 19-9 on the station on main scoreboard. Give Violet her 12th kill of the contest to average her 4 per set. Pugmire will serve. Serve over, received. Actually off the arms of Rounds into the bleachers as Haiti Pugmire has another ace. Give her 3 in the contest to lead the way for the Rebels. Wilson with 2, Smith and Ellsworth with 1 apiece, as that is 7 aces for the Rebels here in the contest. Serve received by Barrett. They go to the outside for Rounds, as that was deflected out of bounds. 20-10 on the station on main scoreboard. Fernandez back in as Kelly will serve. Serve over, received by Argyle. As Wilson tries to keep it alive, that's going to hit the antenna. 20-11 on the station on main scoreboard. Kelly will serve. Received by Argyle. Wilson to the middle of the floor as that goes too far. Wilson digs it out though. That's going to fall in on the out-of-bounds side of that right wing line on the Cowboys side. 20-12 on the station on main scoreboard. Rebels are 5 points away from a sweep victory here as Kelly will serve. Ball over, received by Taylor. As they set Taylor up on the outside, she had to navigate her way around the antenna. That's blocked down. Wallenstein got her hands to it. 20-13 on the station on main scoreboard. Rebels need to regroup a little bit here as the Cowboys have gone on a 4-0 run. When you build yourself a 20, when you get to 20 before the other team gets to 10, it allows you to have these little spurts. Serve received by Argyle as Wallenstein plays it over to hit the net. Allred with a diving dig. Set up on the outside for Rounds. Smith keeps it alive. Rebels play it over, and that is out of bounds across that back line. Boy, that would have been a heck of a point right there. 20-14 on the station on main scoreboard. As Kelly will serve. Couple dribbles. Lets it go with the right hand. That's too far out of bounds across that back line. As she is standing at the bleachers on the far side when she lets that go. As that might have hit someone in the front row if she stood at the line, as Wilson will serve. Ball over. That's out of bounds across the right sideline. Don't look now. It's a 6-point game. 21-15. Rebels were up by 10 as Allred will serve. She attacks. Ball over. Received by Argyle. Rebels set up Taylor on the left wing. She pushes it over to the arms of Kelly. Cowboys on the attack. Fernandez pushes it down the sideline. Good read by Smith to keep it alive. Rebels to Taylor on the left wing. She attacks Kelly with the dig, middle of the back row. So they go middle of the floor to Hammond, tips it over as Wilson gets her hands to it. A couple of Rebels. Actually going to be a lift called against the Rebels. I think they call that on Smith. Not sure. 21-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Allred will serve. Approaches. Jump serve with the right hand, received by Taylor. Rebels set up the attack to Taylor on the left wing. She attacks off the front line, sideways, out of bounds, into the netting. Separating the two floors, that's 13 kills for Violet Taylor right now. As she'll go to the line to serve. Scott will check in for Argyle. Taylor lets it go. Fernandez diving dig, keeps it alive. Set up Rounds on the opposite side. That goes into the net. Back to the Cowboys side, as that is going to be a point for the Rebels. 23-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Taylor will serve. Ball over, received by Fernandez. They go Rounds on the opposite side as Taylor gets to it, keeps it alive for the moment. Wilson's able to bump it back into play as Ellsworth plays it over. Rebels live to fight another play. That gets bumped over to the Rebels side. Ellsworth and Wallenstein battle to hit it over. I think Wallenstein got to it. Cowboys set up Rounds. Rebels dig it out. They go to Scott on the left wing. She attacks as the whistles for a different game as Rebels continue to play it over. I think everyone stopped for a second. Good job by the teams to keep the play alive. Fernandez will attack from the 10-foot line. That's deflected down to the ground by the front line as that'll fall in. 23-17 on the Station on Main scoreboard. You could see all the players on each team, they kind of paused for a second as Egbert is in, Smith is out for the Cowboys. Rounds will serve. That goes into the net as the Rebels pick up the point. They are now 1 point away from a 3-set sweep over the Cowboys. Paige Smith has match point in her hands. Serve over, received in the back row by Kelly. They set up Fernandez. She attacks. That is in that back corner. What an attack that was. Let's check that out on the Station Repair instant replay from Fernandez. As she's falling away, she finds that very back corner, and of course we miss it. 24-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Barrett will serve. That serve goes into the net, and the Rebels pick up the 3-0 victory as they win set number 3, 25-18. As you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com. When we come back, we're going to go to a quick break, and then we'll have the fan cam for you. We'll try to...
Buying or selling real estate can be fun, especially when you have a realtor that's working hard on your behalf. Gary McKee and the team at Bear Lake Realty have unparalleled industry knowledge, experience, and local expertise. The team at Bear Lake Realty will work to get you the best price. Whatever you're looking for, buying or selling, residential, commercial, year-round living, half shares, quarter shares, or income property, hire the best real estate company, Bear Lake Realty. Log on today, bearlakerealty.com.
It's time for the Get Her Bear fan cam. We try to catch some of the fans across the way, as I think they've already made their way down to congratulate the players. But for all your realty needs, call Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888. That's 435-946-8888. Or visit bearlakerealty.com. BEARLAKEREALTY. bearlakerealty.com. We come back, we'll have the Independent Software Solutions postgame show for you.
Whether you're recovering from an injury, just had surgery, or you're dealing with a chronic condition, Evanston Regional Hospital Physical Therapy will help you every step of the way to reach your goals and get back to doing what you love. In addition to the top-of-the-line facilities, we are the only physical therapy clinic in Southwest Wyoming with a full-size therapy pool and spa for aquatic-based treatment. Call today to schedule an appointment. Evanston Regional Hospital, helping you get your life back.
We're
We're off to the rodeo. My Local Rodeo is proud to bring you live streaming coverage of high school rodeo from Utah and Wyoming, as well as the Intermountain Icebreaker of the National High School Rodeo Association's Western Legacy Series in 2023 and 2024. If you're interested in becoming a broadcast sponsor and advertising your business to the most loyal group of viewers in the country, you won't find a better opportunity. Call us today to claim your spot, 307-789-8116. That's 307-789-8116. We're off to the rodeo.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth as it is time for Independent Software Solutions postgame show as the Rebels take care of the Cowboys 3-0, 25-18 in that final set. When we come back, we'll have a Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap for you.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
We're off to the rodeo. My Local Rodeo is proud to bring you live streaming coverage of high school rodeo from Utah and Wyoming, as well as the Intermountain Icebreaker of the National High School Rodeo Association's Western Legacy Series in 2023 and 2024. If you're interested in becoming a broadcast sponsor and advertising your business to the most loyal group of viewers in the country, you won't find a better opportunity. Call us today to claim your spot, 307-789-8116. That's 307-789-8116. We're off to the rodeo.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com. Rebels take care of business 3-0 here at the Sevier Valley Center in Richfield as we await the time of the next game for the Rebels. I imagine it'll be about 3 o'clock. I can't imagine it'll be in the 5:30 group of games. It's 3-0 Rebels win in sets as they win those sets 25-23, 25-15, 25-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard as the Rebels pick up a victory over a 3A team, which in the grand scheme of things, looking at the RPI as the Rebels fell to 4th, this will help with a 3A win over Grantsville. They're probably not going to get up to 1, but What they can do, though, is they can get themselves to that 2 or 3 spot. I think that's a very good spot to be in a tournament like this. You start falling down to number 6, number 7, and then suddenly that second round matchup's a little bit tougher, as you would have to play the 2 seed. But if you're the 2 seed, you'd end up playing a 7 seed. So the Rebels are trying to get as many wins as they can here to end the season. If they can pick up another win here in they were calling it the championship round earlier, but it would just be the last game of the day. They can pick up another win. They're going to put themselves in a good spot with 2 games remaining next week between Manila and Lyman, as the Rebels take care of business here, 3-0. As when we come back, we'll have your Town of Woodruff post-game highlights as you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our Rich Rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth, as it is time for your Town of Woodruff post-game highlights. For the Rebels, they win 3-0, leading the way on the attack. Violet Taylor with 13 kills. Hannah Scott with 11. Hannah Scott was huge in that first set, as she was able to put away 6 kills in set number 1, and that really helped the Rebels kind of right the ship as she finishes the game with 11. Haiti Pugmire has 3, Janie Walentine with 2, and Casey Wilson with 1 kill on a dump set. Aces, Rebels finished with 7, Haiti Pugmire with 3, 2 aces to Casey Wilson, and Paige Smith, Ava Ellsworth with 1 ace apiece. As when we come back, we'll have your Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play the Game, as you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com. It is time for the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play the Game on the Independent Software Solutions postgame show. For that, we're going to give it to Hannah Scott in set number 2. She had a kill that went off the tape in between the hands of 2 defenders. So that ball missed 4 hands, was able to fall in front of the backline defenders as well, as the Rebels win this one 3-0. As when we come back, we'll have your Crawford Trough player of the game, as well as a calendar update as you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Whether you're having a great day or not, food always makes it better. Delicious, fresh-cooked favorites like a juicy cheeseburger, a thick raspberry shake, onion rings, fries, or a River Bridge soda. A grilled chicken wrap always hits the spot. And don't forget twisted ice cream cones. They never disappoint. Have the always friendly and helpful staff at the Crawford Trough, and you've got the perfect recipe for a perfect meal. Something tasty from the Crawford Trough always makes your day better. Stop in today. The Crawford Trough, Randolph.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy. Welcome
back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of 2023 Rich Rebels varsity volleyball team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening on 98.3 KDQ. It's time for the Crawford Troth Player of the Game, and I think we have to give it to Hannah Scott, who kind of kept the Rebels in it in that first set. That first set probably didn't go the way they wanted it to, but they were able to battle through, win that one, and then they really take care of business here in sets 2 and 3 as they win those ones by 5+ points. As Rebels win 3-0. That's your Crawford Troth Player of the Game. And your calendar update on the Independent Software Solutions postgame show is we have a game coming up at either 3:30 or 5. My guess is going to be 3:30. Or maybe it's 3. It's actually 3 and 5:30. My guess is going to be the 3 o'clock game as the Rebels are 1-3. They'll go to the RPI. We'll see how it shakes out, but I imagine it'll be the 3 o'clock game as the 1:30 starts are now getting underway as Kanab and Pineview on floor 3. It looks like that's Panguitch and Emory on floor 2. Hard to tell on the other side as that's actually North Summit. They're playing, looks like North Sevier, or North Stampede, excuse me, as that'll do it for us here in this broadcast. Until next time, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.